Good morning. So I am coming to you today to just tell you a quick story about a quantum healing session that I did yesterday. And it's amazing how spirit has run me around in circles since the beginning of the year, learning about emotions and energy and all the ways that it manifests in the body, in pain, and et cetera, et cetera. And so yesterday when I did this quantum session, I got to see some of my knowledge in action and saw where it was going. So I met with somebody that I have known for a very, very, very long time. And one of the things that she wanted to understand was where some of this fear that she had came from. So we go through the initial meditation, hypnosis part, whatever. And first thing I say is, what do you see? And she had made contact with what I will call her soul, her essence, the being of energy, the ball of energy that she was before she came to earth in this physical body. And I could tell by watching her that she was feeling it. She could feel her, as it was like she was connecting with that ball of energy and the peace and the happiness and the joy and everything that came along with that. And so we were talking about this fear and where this fear came from. And she was like, I feel like I came in to, because I kept taking her back, and she was like, I feel like I came into this life with this fear. But this ball of energy didn't have that fear. So we were trying to figure out where it came from. And I said, so, did it happen between age 1 and 5? No, I feel like it was already here when I came in like that. And I said, well, where were you when, before you were this being and before you were born? And she was like, basically my mom's belly. And so it was kind of interesting to watch her kind of go, okay, I got the fear from my mom at conception and when I was in her womb. And I said, so what was your mom feeling when you were conceived or when you were, inside of her? And she was like, fear. She was like, I was conceived on accident. I was not wanted. I was a burden. Oh my God, how is this going to affect my life? And all of the fear and everything that her mom was feeling when she got pregnant with her had basically come out in her body and has been with her this whole entire life. And I never realized that she had all of this fear, but she has mentioned, recently as we have reconnected, that she's had this all of her life. And then we talked about a lot of things of, giving and her being a healer, and that she had been giving and trying to heal people her whole life. But a lot of them didn't necessarily want to be healed, but she was basically giving from an empty cup. And how she was kind of like a sponge and she would soak up everybody's negative energies. And she's just desperate to try to figure out how to clear out this negative energy that she has soaked up from people all of her life because she was wanting to help heal them. So we talked a lot about that. And one of the other things that came out was, she realized that, I am worthy, and that it's not my fault and I am not to blame for other people's problems. And I feel like she has taken that on as a burden a lot of her life. So it was really, really exciting to be able to sit there and kind of watch her have these epiphanies. And I can think of 3 specific ones, kind of like this big breath that she would take and kind of like, oh, that's where that is. And, being a part of that was really, really freaking awesome. So I just wanted to share that with you as I start getting more of these kind of epiphanies. I'm seeing, where I've studied all of this stuff and watching it come out when I'm doing these sessions and knowing the questions to ask and kind of how to dig around and when when I don't get an answer from that direction, and like keep going and keep digging around and uncovering these things that have been issues for people is really cool. So I just wanted to share that tidbit. So think about that. If you have had a lot of fear in your life, how were you conceived? Were you conceived from intention and joy, or were you conceived from an accident? And that came through your physical vessel when you were born. In your DNA, you were born with that, and it's not your fault that happened, but you chose to come in through that experience and overcome it. And so that's one of the things she discovered, and she's like, I am a healer. And so I got, talked to her yesterday evening after I got back from it, and I was like, recap what you learned today. And then she was like, can we meet again next week and do this? So she's very quickly uncovering the stuff that's kind of buried her whole life. And now that she's kind of accessed a place to uncover that, it's like, let's go, And that was kind of like I was when I was doing all those meditations. I was like, I finally figured out how to uncover some of the healing that I needed and move through it at a rapid pace. So if anybody has any questions or wants to talk more about a Beyond Quantum Healing session, send me a message and we can talk. And I look forward to seeing everybody again. Bye.